Hello everybody, how are we all? It's double game week time. Finally! They've been announced. It feels like this week, for anyone waiting for the fixtures, it's taken forever. But they're here. At least most of them are here. We're pretty sure we now know. I think people are expecting me to have like all the answers. I've got to be honest, I've not really looked into stuff too much today. I saw the announcements at work, and then I've been at work all day, and then I came home and done a video, and now we're streaming. So let's see what happens. Live transfers tonight for sure. That might not actually be the case. We'll look at transfers, but I won't confirm anything because I still don't know what to do about Firmino. I feel like I'm going to keep him now. Thanks for the thanks. Congratulations. I did get engaged on Friday. Just gone. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you might not have seen it. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go and follow me on Twitter at Andy85WSM. So yes, thanks everyone. Much appreciated. Give us the answers. England going to win the World Cup? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's an easy answer. I'm talking double game weeks. That's more difficult. I wildcarded over the weekend. I don't really know why. I feel like I got kind of wrapped up in everyone else doing it. Obviously, my team wasn't great from game week 31. But I kind of said on Twitter that I was going to wait. Or at least I asked if everyone else was going to wait until the double game weeks were announced. Because in my head, that's what I was going to do. And I just didn't. Yeah, I'm just wildcard anyway. So I'm on wildcard, basically. That's the short way of saying that. Double game weeks are here. Bit of a spanner, maybe not spanner in the works, but now we know that double game week 34 is not going to be as big as double game week 37. Also, Arsenal are not going to have a double game week in 34. So Aubameyang is potentially not as good an option now. But he does have some nice fixtures and no blank. But I don't think the blank's going to matter for me because I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the free hit in 35. Oh, what would my plan be without a wildcard? Panic, I would say. No, I'm really messing. I mean, for a start, you've probably got to keep some of your Bournemouth players from 31. And like, I don't know, if you've still got Burnley left over and stuff like that. Lots of tinkering. Yeah, I don't really see what else there is to discuss, really. Wildcards and double game weeks. Game week 32 is a bit meh. No one really cares about that at this point. Firmino seems like a keeper now. Yeah, it could be. Lukaku locked in. He has to be done. Man United have... So for anyone that doesn't know, there's 6 teams that have double game weeks. So they have a game week in double game week in 34, and they will have one in 37. So that's United, Chelsea, and Spurs, Leicester, Southampton, and one more team who I can't remember. Brighton, I think. But Man United by far have the best 4. So I mean, Lukaku's a 90-minute man, but he's been playing better, but stats wise and stuff and points wise, he's not doing that great. Can I put up the game week? Oh, do you know what? I actually had all the stuff from my from the video I just made, and I've just deleted it all. I could have just easily put up the fixtures. There's not really a clean way of having all the fixtures up throughout the whole stream, to be honest. But Man United, basically, over the 2 double game weeks, they play West Brom, Bournemouth, West Ham, and... Oh, do you know what? Hang on a sec. You know what we need to get up? Hang on. Big shout out to Ben Crellin, because that's whose stuff I'm about to use. I think he's got a nice I saw this just before the stream. I wish I'd seen this before I did my video earlier. Okay. I'm gonna have to. I can only have this or whatever. Come on. Ah, Jesus. Okay. That took ages to load. Okay, I can't... Oh yeah, okay, that shows Game Week 37. That's all we need. I know it's over a bit, but it will do. So... excuse me. So yeah, the 6 teams at the top. Brighton, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United, Southampton, Spurs. They have... double game weeks in 34 and double game weeks in 37. So United have West Brom at home, Bournemouth away, which is about as good as it gets, I'd say. And then Brighton away and West Ham away. So 3 away fixtures and 4 is not great, but still. By the way, well, actually, his @ is in the thing. So @ Ben Krellin, follow him if you're not already. I'm sure most of you are. He's got way more followers than even I have. You can't follow, as my rivals will see I'm following FPL accounts. You got to keep that on the down low. Lukaku is very overpriced, yeah. And he's not on penalties, that's true. Maybe Sanchez is the better option. Leicester, double fixtures as well. So Brighton away and Newcastle home, which is nice enough in Game Week 37. I'm probably going to have at least 2, maybe 3 Leicester players. Mahrez is an absolute shoo-in. And then I can't look past Morgan. I don't know. Obviously, at least everyone we follow is wildcarding at the moment. So everyone's got kind of similar teams, but Morgan's nailed. Chilwell is the one I'd probably want. Yeah, no one's going Sanchez because they've got no midfield spots, basically. Yeah, a few people will give him Ben stick. Look, nothing was ever 100%, never is. We don't even know for 100%, certainty that they will go into Game Week 37, but it looks pretty likely now. Yeah, so for those that... just to go on from Leicester, so Brighton away and Newcastle home, then West Ham at home and Arsenal home. That's pretty decent, I think. Now, Arsenal... they tend to play better towards the end of the season. Will they? We don't know. But a home fixture for Leicester, I think that's okay. So Mahrez is an absolute shoo-in for me. Any advice for people who don't have the free hit? You're just going to have to... It's very hard to give specific advice because I don't know what your team is. I don't know who you want to go for in the doubles, but you need to look at something like this on the screen now and... You've basically got to balance your side out. You're probably not going to be able to... I don't think actually most people are looking at going 15 double game weekers. You're definitely not going to be able to do that without a free hit. Okay, so I'm looking at bench boost in 34 because I've played the wild card. And in Game Week 37, I like West Brom away and Newcastle at home for Spurs. So that's Kane back. That's prime Harry Kane, triple captaincy. But there are more double game weeks in 37. So I can see why the bench boost is handy there. But then who do you triple captain in Game Week 34? Lukaku, West Brom at home and Bournemouth... West Brom at home and Bournemouth away. They're nice fixtures, but do you want to triple captain Lukaku? Spurs is Chelsea away, Stoke away, so not ideal. Leicester, Brighton away, Newcastle. You could triple captain Mahrez. I wouldn't be against that. The thing I'm doing with my triple captain is plenty of people already used it. It already failed. I'm not going to kill myself to get the decision right. I'll probably mess it up. Yes, Man City, absolutely. For the teams, with just one double game week, Man City have Huddersfield and Brighton at home. That is the best combo of 2 fixtures that anyone has. But who knows what they'll be like in 37. If if I was using my triple captain in 37, then of course I would consider it. But I wouldn't save my triple captaincy just to bank on that fixture, if that makes sense. Because if Man City are through in the Champions League, you know, let's say they get to the final, which could happen. I know, you know, Real Madrid, Barcelona, etc. are strong, probably stronger teams, or at least considered more favourites. More favourites? That's really bad English. You know what I mean. More odds on, maybe, to get to the final. It could happen for Man City, and then there's definitely going to be a rotation then. Those top 6 sides play twice, then twice, so they're a must 7 or 8 players. Surely, yeah, absolutely. So, I've been looking at getting David De Gea, because I kind of want a Man United defender. But I wonder if Lloris might be slightly better. I saw who got the assist had Lloris in their team. I quite like that, and he's cheaper as well. But then which Man United defender did you get? It's tough. It's real tough. But yeah, Mahrez, Morgan, Alonso, Willian maybe because he's cheap, Lukaku, Son is a guarantee in my team. There's I think Son is a guarantee for a lot of people. Yeah, that is the good thing about David De Gea. He gets save points too. Yeah, Bailly should be nailed on, but just remember as well, the 6 teams that play twice, they have FA Cup games 3 days after the second fixture in Gameweek 34, so there could be a rotation then. You know, you'd expect players like David De Gea, Lukaku maybe not to get rotated. But will Son definitely play Brighton away when he's got an FA Cup semi-final? Maybe not. Obviously, at that point, you're just hoping to get minutes in both. Sorry, yeah. Apart from Leicester, I think Leicester. It's hard to look past Vardy, to be honest. Yeah, Aubameyang's a real shame. Because the fixtures are so good. I still want to put him in. But when he's only got... I might have to just wait till Game Week 37. He's just 10 odd million. Like, if anything, I should probably just keep Firmino. He's cheaper. Or just go Lukaku and Vardy and be done with it. Could happen. Dini and Mariappa as enablers. Yeah, I mean... I'm probably not going to use a striker spot with a non-double game week player unless it's Firmino, to be honest, or Aubameyang. If I was going to go cheap, I'd probably look at maybe Burnley for now. Yeah, Southampton and Stoke for Aubameyang. Not knocking it at all. I have played my wildcard. Let me go back. Okay, we'll go back to this for now. We start some tinkering. The problem is when I start tinkering with my team, I can't keep up with the chat as much. Where are we? Ba-ba-bum-ba-bum. Yeah, Aubameyang is a really good option still. It's just the fact that he doesn't have the double game week in 34 kind of puts me off a bit now. Yeah, Mkhitaryan, the problem is Aubameyang's... The reason Aubameyang's so favoured, Jesus, I can't talk. Such a favourite, is because it doesn't have Europe. Like, it's such a big pool. I'm pretty sure I'm not going any Man City players either. I know they could punish me, but I think 2 away games, Man United at home. It's here you really want them. For the double, of course. We'll maybe think about them for the double. The strategy for Kane. Yeah, I don't know if I've got one, to be honest. My strategy for Kane, maybe just to forget about him, and then in Game Week 37, try and find out how to get him in. And if I have to... For example, I would drop Lukaku in the second double game week for Kane if I had to. Kane was fit and firing again. Yeah, Aubameyang, yeah, relevant for game week 35, of course. But then I can, for people with free hit, you don't need to worry about that right now. I mean, the fixtures are relevant for City, or they have been, but I mean, Man United and the Spurs, I mean, how many are they going to score? They're not going to go and score 3 and 4 goals in those fixtures. They'll probably win them, of course, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet on too many there. Pep with the past clubs has been known to take his foot off the gas when the league is good. So I read the article on that. There was one on Yahoo. But I did find, it did kind of say that he'd learnt about that. And I think in his last title winning team, he didn't do that. So whether he'll do it with City, we don't know. He's got so many good players though, he can easily rotate. The thing is, there's probably not going to be many of his players that miss out, 2 or 3 games for the end of the season. They might miss 1. But it depends how far they get through Europe. I'm not really doing a good job here of playing around with my team, am I? I don't know if I want Firmino. I really just want double game week players. Glenn Murray, I know, but Brighton's double game weeks aren't the greatest, are they? Crystal Palace away and Spurs at home, and then it's going to be Man United at home, Man City away. I know he's got 4 fixtures. Aubameyang can become Vardy. You're right, yes, but I don't know if I want to pencil in. I don't know if I want to pencil in transfers this early. So let's just get the Leicester boys in. Morgan, welcome to the team. Chelsea, welcome back. Alonso. Sterling's had a tight calf. Oh Jesus! God knows how long. Is Game Week 34 double game week a similar trap to blank game week, apart from its single game week players versus double game week players? Aubameyang and Firmino could be similar to Mahrez. Nah, Mahrez has been in such good form. I think Mahrez is one of the first names on my team sheet, I would say. I don't think that's the same. I don't think it's quite... I know what you're saying about sacrificing blank players. A lot of people, they didn't get Mahrez in because they wanted to get Walcott in. This is different now. We're wildcard him. These teams have got good fixtures and double game weeks. I think it's a bit different. This is my wildcard now. I've played it now. Let's just go for... Let's just put De Gea in for now. David De Gea. Don't know where I'm going with that. I know Willian. I'm just a little bit worried about him because, 1 or 2 mistakes, will he be back out the team? I know he's good. Like, I really do. I just don't know. Yeah, Pope. Do you know what? I really wish I'd never sold Pope. I mean, would I have sold him anyway in the double game week? Probably. In the blank game week? Probably, but I shouldn't have, basically. He is playing really well now. I don't think anyone's... no one thinks in the next couple of game weeks he's getting dropped, but... I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to follow the chat, answer questions, and think with my team. So we need a cheap fodder for a start. Yeah, no, I fully agree. Willian's brilliant. He should play. But it's whether he will carry on. For now, for sure, he will. Ashley Barnes, what do you reckon? I need to get this back up on my other screen. Because as much as I kind of know the fixtures, I also completely don't know them either. Stanislas, 5th mid. Ooh, I like that. That's expensive though. But yeah, I'm not completely against that, you know. Matic is interesting. Like, I saw Jonty pick Matic easy earlier. I was like, yeah, I like that pick. Mariappa, 2 home games in 32 and 33. Who do they play in 34? Yeah, Stanislas is a bit injury prone, you're right. Huddersfield away. Oh no, yeah. So that's okay for bench boost. Austin, yeah, but Southampton, they got West Ham and Arsenal away, then Everton and Swansea away, so it's 4 away games. I do like Charlie Austin though. No Arsenal love, but who'd you get from Arsenal though? Aubameyang, yeah, of course, but who else? Yeah, Lowton, he's going in, don't worry, I've seen that. Ben Mee, if Ben Mee scores when I bring in Lowton, I will not be happy. Yeah, I kind of like Mustafi, but again, if I'm spending that much money, I want a double game week player, ideally. Here's something I've considered. Here we go. Double Chelsea defence. Christensen. Again, it's 2 away games in 34. I don't like that. I'm not convinced by getting Smalling. I know a lot of people got him in their team. But if Phil Jones comes back, Smalling could be out of the team. Why are you transferring again when you've already played your wild card? I don't get Oscar. I don't know what you're on about, to be honest. I'm looking at what transfers I can make. I'm not set on my wild card yet. Is Salah the only Liverpool player worth keeping considering the double game weeks? I mean, Robertson's nice and cheap, like you mentioned. I think there's a case for keeping Firmino now. But I would personally rather have Vardy, I think. Yeah, Goodmanson, 5.1 million, I like that. Let's just pick a second goalkeeper a sec. It has to be someone with a double game week in 34. I like Pope. I really do like Pope. It's just now I've got to pay 4.9 for him. For one, I'm basically paying 4.9 for 1 game week. I just don't know if that's worth it. But then again, there isn't any apart from Brighton. There's no cheap ones, is there? Really? Let's just put Ryan in for now. Is Hazard being completely overlooked? I mean, he is, but he's being overlooked because of his price. Let's be honest. Without a free hit, you're all over the place on wildcard. Yeah, I know. I'd love to do a second stream trying to do this without a what am I trying to say? You know, as if I didn't have a free hit, but I've got a free hit. I'm just going to do it as is for now. Budget is screwed already. Yeah, Christensen's probably too expensive, isn't he? Alonso's... I don't know. Yeah, Pope does play in Gameweek 35, but it doesn't really matter for me. Free hit. Yeah, I think everyone is going to keep their free hit for next year. Yeah, definitely. You can wildcard and then make as many changes as you want up until the deadline. Maybe that's where Oscar's getting confused. You don't need to pay 7.3 million on defender. He's only 7.2. Nah, I wouldn't go Pogba. He's not attacking enough. Are you wildcarding with bench boost 34 in mind? Yeah, pretty much, I think. 37, yes, possibly. more teams available. But it's the same teams I've got now, plus... I mean, look, the fixtures are pretty good for the other teams, but apart from the teams that have double game weeks in 34, you've got Newcastle, Swansea and West Ham. I can't imagine that I'm going to be in a rush to get loads of their players in for 37. So that basically leaves Man City and Arsenal. Now, yes, I do like Arsenal players, but I'll have transfers for game week 37. Am I going to be that... Is it going to be that much difference in points? Like getting a bench in 34 versus a bench with Newcastle, Swansea and West Ham players? Because it's not like I can suddenly stock my team with extra Arsenal, Man City players in 37. Still going to have a budget. Surely you would play Pope in 33 ahead of De Gea. Yeah, I would if I had him. Probably. Oh, I wish Luke Shaw was nailed on. He'd be straight in my wildcard team. I don't think people that are wildcard in 36 and bench boost in 37 are going to be that... You know, yes, there could be some rotation. I don't think it'll be that bad, though. It wasn't last year. If anything, by 37, most of the league position stuff will be wrapped up. So you'll kind of have a better idea of who's going to play and who's not. Chicken all the way. Yeah, Stevens. I saw people calling out Stevens. Okay, games. Like I said, most of them are away, though. But he's got goal threat. And I did like him in my team last year. So he looks pretty nailed as well. Obviously not too many clean sheets, but Southampton are fighting for something as well. And we're not leaving a few spots open for players that might do well before 34, such as who? Do you think Yoshida comes in and takes Stevens' place, do you? We could take Hoyt. I must admit, I've not watched too much Southampton to know who's more now. I mean, Hoyt looks like he's played most of the season. I only need a Man United defender if I don't bring in De Gea, I think. But this is the thing, so I could go for Lloris in goal. But of course, like people were pointing out earlier, save points for De Gea. Lukaku's there. He's in the team. I would love to get Valencia. He's so expensive. He's so expensive. Now, oh, I was thinking that drink. 7.5 to spend in midfield. If I go the Barnes route. Otherwise I could go for like Goodmanson. Yeah, 7.7 up front, which there's going to be no one really. De Gea set and forget for the rest of the season. But you could do that with Lloris, right? I mean, he'd be set and forget too. Fixtures in 34 and not quite as good though. Get Sanchez back in, nah. Downgrade Alonso to Christensen. I mean, that would let me. That would let me get. Oh sugar! I didn't mean to do that. What am I trying to say? Mickey 7.7, yeah. Spurs fixtures, are they bad? Yeah, they're not the greatest, I guess. Until 36. Man United have at least got Swansea next, which is nice. Leighton Baines, he didn't last very long. Rashford, not bringing him in. I don't really have a preferred formation. It just depends what, what works the best. How's it going, Toby? You're not overly keen on Son for the next few games. I mean, it is 2 away games before a double, which also has a away game. He's playing up front, and he's quite cheap. I do agree, though, the fixtures aren't the best. Yeah, I just think Alonso's got 2 double game weeks. It's hard to turn him down, to be honest. Surely Jose takes the shackles off once the league is over. I don't know. I wouldn't even like to bet the Man United can play football anymore. Honestly, if Kane is fit for game week 34, I've already kind of thought about this. I would be tempted to ignore him. I mean, the Brighton game is the worry, but Man City at home, am I hugely concerned about having him for that? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. Kane surely won't be risked before the FA Cup. I mean, they might give him a run out for the Man City game, then maybe rest him or give him limited minutes for Brighton. Kane did finish crazy, yeah. But I mean, how much... By the time Kane gets back, the Golden Boot could be out of reach. If Salah keeps knocking in 4 a game... Oh, excuse me. Alonso gets Kane in easy with 2 transfers. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think Moses should be starting most games. You should try doing this without a free hit. Oh, I don't want to. I'm really struggling here to finish this team off. Now, obviously, I've got a bit of time. I don't have to finish it right now, but it's a struggle. Abu is being wrongly ignored, in my opinion. Aubameyang. 1 less fixture than Vardy. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to say I can't go for Aubameyang, to be honest. As well as Vardy. And how about that? I don't know what I'd have to do to... not quite, probably. Could do this. Pandy King in. Oh, 4.1. I don't think Mariappa's that cheap, is he? Of course, I could just put Aubameyang in and then swap to Vardy, like people said earlier. Yeah, I just think with Smalling, you just don't know if he's definitely going to play once Jones is back. Whenever Jones is back. Put Bobby back. Put Mr. Firmino back in the frame. He's not that much cheaper than... whatever. Cheaper than Aubameyang. Well, I suppose he is, actually. My team, I don't know what my team value is. Selling value is like 103, I think. I mean, Morgan is basically getting a Leicester defender who's nailed on. That's not Maguire. Who has popped up with a goal before? Robertson for the next 2 games. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of players you could bring in just for like the next couple of games. But then you're just making transfers for yourself later on. See you later, physio. Yeah, so I could go Christensen. Boom, job done. There we go. Matic is 5th mid. I know, he's becoming a thing now. 4.7 million. I mean, what are you going to get from him? 3 points a game? I mean, for 4.7 million, is that bad? Maybe not. Could pop up with the odd goal here or there. He's going to get 90 minutes for pretty much every game. I don't know, another 30-yard screamer. Yeah, I'm not interested in Giroud with what's his name around? You know who I'm talking about, Morata. Ibe, 4.7 million, that's a good shout. I had him before though. I had him in as my enabler before. I got rid of him and then he scored. Oh yeah, of course, this has got no United defence. Let's go back to De Gea. Do you need Man United defensive cover? Yeah, probably do. But I mean, Ibe has a double game week as well, but only one though. It's just, it's going to be a tough one. Liverpool and Man United at home. Yes, I'm thinking of Aubameyang, yeah. Ashley Barnes is a shoe-in for you. Yeah, I know. I got rid of Ibe for the right reasons, I think. Matic is 8 points guaranteed across 2 game weeks. 2 double game weeks, that is. Yeah, I like Goodmanson. Matic, surely not. Loughton is playing versus William. Yeah, of course, it's going to happen. You're always going to have situations like that, unfortunately. I mean, let's be honest, I'm never going to finalise this wildcard tonight, so... Salah to Hazard, no. But I mean, I would be... Who did Liverpool have at the end of the season? Chelsea away in Game Week 37. I mean, I could be tempted to sell Salah for that. The problem is, if he absolutely smashes Brighton the next week in Game Week 38. But Chelsea away for Salah, I could be tempted to bring in a different midfielder for that double game week. Scott McTominay. Now we're talking. Stevens is less than Cedric. Matic has been known to assist. There was a season when he assisted every game for 5 in a row or something ridiculous like that. Christensen and Lukaku or Bailly and Morata. I think Christensen and Lukaku. It's going good. How was your exam? You've just come back from an exam. It's 10 past 10. Or were you out celebrating? Kante. Oh no, come on lads. Kante, yeah, I guess Kante has a goal in him the same way Matic has a goal in him. Not very many. Oh, I've just probably got rid of the chat off the screen. It's back. Stop panicking. Stop panicking. Romeo. 11.4% ownership for Kante. No deal. No deal whatsoever. Atsu. Oof. Now we're talking. Is he even still playing? Huddersfield at home next as well. Watford and Tottenham in the double. Yeah, I think Kennedy's probably the one, right? I think, yeah, if you want a double game week player, then Ward-Prowse might be the one. I like Goodmanson though for game week 34. Obviously in 37 you don't need the full or anywhere near the full 15. Gabbiadini. I'm not saying I would not go back to Gabbiadini, but I'd want to see more of him before I bring him in. So he's just not going to come in on a wild card. For sure. Yeah, Ashley Young's an option. 4.9 though. Yeah, I could be drawn back to Gabbiadini, even if he is awful. Charlie Austin though, he's the one we really want. What do I think about triple captain in Son, Mahrez or Hazard in 34? I think out of those I like Mahrez probably the best. But Burnley away, I never like attacking players against Burnley away. It's why I want to wait till game week 37, because you've maybe got Kane, West Brom, Newcastle. You potentially got Man City, depending on what their fixture situation. What their European situation is like. If not, you've got Leicester with 2 home fixtures. You've got Man United with Brighton and West Ham away. I mean, there's options in 37. 34, I think, is a little bit more tricky, unless you're willing to go with Lukaku. And should you triple captain Lukaku? I don't know about that. What's my free hit team? Let's not go there. That's a video, a stream for a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, but Austin's, the problem is, yes, he could be involved next week. Will he get straight back in the team? Will he keep playing, week in, week out? We just don't know. He's too risky for a wild card. Who scores more in 34, Matic or Goodmanson? It's got to be Goodmanson, even if it is Chelsea. Both games are at home. Surely triple captain Vardy or Mahrez in 34. Yeah, but do you not? I mean, they've got the better teams than the 37, but one of them's away and it's Burnley. I just don't know about that fixture. Let's get to the main question. 10k by the end of the season. Easy. Now we'll see. I don't know. Jones is injured at the moment, but I mean, that's not the problem right now. It's when he comes back. See there, Ezal? Oh yeah, I forgot to say. If you haven't already, hit that like button. It'd be much appreciated. And vote on the polls if you haven't already. There's 5 polls tonight. Best time to wildcard. Is Alonso essential? Best time to use triple captain. Best time for bench boost. And the best striker for the run-in. But Jones hasn't been injured that much recently. Nah, I'm not getting into what my free hit team will be like, because so much could change by game week 35. Cheers, Luke. Team value's around 103. Is Pope, Loughton and Goodmanson overkill? Yeah, it might be. If you got Pope cheap though, not necessarily. You still believe that Leicester not playing for anything should be taken into consideration? Possibly, but I think, was it last year it was similar? I don't know, they tend to just play the same team week in, week out, and I think they'll play, all the way to the end of the season. Have they got an outside chance of Europe? Let me pull up the table a sec. I can't remember how many places get to Europe. They're only three points behind Burnley. Jesus, does 6th and 7th get... Oh no, it's just 5th and 6th for Europa League, isn't it? Does 7th get Europa League? Or do they only get that if Man City win the Champions League? Anyway, they're 8th right now. They could still nick 7th, potentially 6th if Arsenal really mess up. 7th if a top 6 team wins the FA Cup. Okay, so that should probably happen. So yeah, Leicester have still got a chance to get in Europe. So maybe if they want to be in Europe, or if Arsenal win the Europa, yeah. So if someone wins the FA Cup, Leicester might get 7th. Burnley in Europe. Do you know what? Burnley in Europe would probably really hurt them, to be honest. Wouldn't be relying on their clean sheets at home so much. Do I really want Ryan? No, I'd just play David De Gea every week. And then Ryan in the double. Liverpool winning the Champions League, come on. This is a serious stream. Yeah, I mean, that's how... I want to say stupid, like, football is. Surely Dyche would absolutely love to be in a position where Burnley get in Europe. Like, he manages to get Burnley into Europe and then gets to play in Europe next year. But at the same time, he's got to worry about staying in the Premier League. Ugh, yeah, it wouldn't end well, I don't think. But it shouldn't be like that. $35 is looking like a flop. Free hit in 37. Why is it looking like a flop? I mean, I'm not against a free hit in Game Week 37, but I don't really know how you manage Game Week 35 too well. I'm thinking about 37 a little bit. Yeah, Dyche might get picked up. Oof, Liverpool have a better shot than Man United to win the Champions League. That is so true. Yep. Granted, it's only a small chance, of course, but they do. Gonna get knocked out by City, though, aren't they? Although Klopp did do him over early in the season, right? That great game where Salah scored from like 40 yards. You just realised that Young is a great 5th mid, 4.9 million. I know, but it's hard to get over the fact he plays as a defender. Yeah, do you know what? The 2 free transfers after 33, I don't know if it's such a big deal to wildcarders, especially if you've got your free hit, because I mean, you could plan your transfers, right? But you're not going to want to do that in case something crops up. If nothing crops up and your team is fine for double game week, you've got the potential to burn one in 34, and then in 35 you use your free hit anyway, and you can't carry transfers over from that. So I'm not sure having 2 free transfers after 32 is that big a deal, unless you've got a plan to bring certain players in. Like, for example, I could go Aubameyang instead of Vardy, you know, free up the money somehow and then bring Vardy in 34. You're down to 900k. Punted on a Salah blank in a Game Week 31. Oh, why do people do that to themselves? You're in full punt mode now. Aren't you always in full punt mode? Money in the bank with squad on screen. Can we do that? Probably can. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, the problem is, Aubameyang does look good in 32 and 33, and you could do what I said about moving him to Vardy in Game Week 34, but then you've got to free up the cash to get him in the first place, and then it's going to be tough to use that cash in 34, potentially. But, yes, if you make 2 transfers, maybe you could. Maybe instead of Willian and Vardy, you got, I don't know, whoever, Ashley Young, and didn't play him, and Aubameyang, and then swap them back for Game Week 34. You could do something like that. I tell you what, it was so much easier when we thought Swansea were going to have a double Game Week 34. No, I don't think I can go for Sanchez. It's too expensive. If you don't have a free hit, do you just go a little lighter on double Game Week players? Yeah, you have to, I'd say. Like, I really think for free hit, Arsenal players are good. For sure. Not sure who else though, really. City coverage, probably not, to be honest. I'm definitely going for Lukaku. No questions asked there. There's no way I would go Aubameyang ahead of Lukaku. 2 double game weeks. There's the placeholder for Kane. Lukaku's going to be my game week 34 captain. Yeah, but I'll worry about City's great fixtures in 37 in game week 36 and 37. You know, if they're out of Europe, not rotating that much, then yeah, of course, I want to load up on them. I'm probably going to have to take some hits from 36 and 37, but I'm cool with that. If they're still in Europe after they beat Liverpool, different story. It is so bad that Lukaku is, like Alex says there, Lukaku's #1 striker pick right now. That is so bad, but true. The Kane plan is ignore him until game week 37. Maybe game week 36, but I probably won't be able to get him in one transfer. I probably wouldn't want to take a hit. But yeah, get him in game week 37. And just hope he doesn't go mad in between. You're honestly not captaining Salah at home to Bournemouth game week 34 after what he did last week. I know, but come on, he's probably not going to score 4 goals in a match again. But what I will say is every single year we have a conversation about, is it worth, first of all, is it worth keeping single game week players in your wildcards? Yes, absolutely, it's worth keeping Salah. Every year we have a conversation, is it worth captaining a single game week player? I remember it was when Kane first burst on the scene, and he's been doing really well because he was so cheap. People didn't trust him that much. And Aguero had Leicester at home when Leicester were bad, and Aguero had Leicester at home but no double, and Kane had a double. And people were talking and talking about Captain Aguero. He didn't do anything in the end. I don't think he even scored. So usually I'm dead set against captaining a single game week player, but I could almost be convinced to captain Salah. I think he is that much different. Even more so than Aguero right now. Or than Aguero was. But what's the word? I can't think of the word. The FPL romantic in me means I cannot captain a non-double game week player in a double game week. It's just not right. Aubameyang, Lukaku, Firmino. Nah. The thing is, there might not be a rotation with Man City. We just don't know. And I'm not going to worry myself over it now, I don't think. Captain in Game Week 32, Salah. I'd love to captain Lukaku. It's going to be Salah. And then Game Week 33, captain, Salah. I think. Just looking now. Yeah. Yeah, the no love for Eriksen Ali. It's a bit like the no love for De Bruyne earlier in the season. It's not that I didn't like De Bruyne or I think he was an okay option. And I'm not talking like the first few games when I got rid. I'm talking later on in the season. It's just that Sterling was always there for a cheaper price. So, same in the Spurs team. I do think Ali could be a good option when Kane's out, especially. But I'm just going to spend less and get Son, essentially. Is it worth looking at another United midfielder? Probably not. I mean, who would you get? Pogba's never attacking enough. Sanchez is so expensive. Rashford and Martial are fighting over other spots. Mata doesn't always play. Game week 34 captain, Lukaku. West Brom away and Bournemouth... West Brom at home, Bournemouth away. It doesn't get much better than that. He's almost nailed to be my Game week 34 captain. Did the blank/doubles get announced? Pretty much, yeah. We have been chatting about them. Kevin De Bruyne is a must. Nah. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, Rashford's a striker, sorry. So Mata, Pogba, Martial, Matic. Get Matic, there you go. He's like flavour of the day. I can definitely see me getting Matic in before this wild card's confirmed. Even though it's ridiculous. Thinking about Arnautovic, not really. It pretty much like his double game week in 37 is Leicester away, Man United at home. Not fantastic. And then until that point, he's got Chelsea away, Arsenal away, Man City at home. Yes, he plays in game week 35. Maybe I'll get him for Arsenal away, but only because I'm on a free hit. Would I have wildcarded? I don't know. It's hard because, to be honest, I don't. Because there was so much up in the air about fixtures and who was going to have doubles and stuff, I didn't really give it too much thought, so I didn't think about any other option. But when I look at my team, my old team, I looked at it earlier, and yes, I would have had Ben Mee and 3 Bournemouth for the double, but that's not the players I really wanted. So it would have been very hard to get to a double gaming team for 34 that I would have been happy with just a few transfers. 3-5-2 is always a good formation. 3-4-3 is always a good formation. Just depends which players you want. I really don't think I'm going to go Aubameyang now. I know people are still talking about him. He just hasn't got that double game week fixture. And I mean, Leicester's next 2 are not that bad. And it means I can spread the cash from him that I spend on Vardy instead. Do I expect Lukaku in game week 37 to better Salah's game week 31? No, not really. That's a pretty special score. When is the double game week? Oh, the ultimate question. $34 and $37, by the way. Who outscores Aubameyang apart from Salah over the next 2? Lukaku, of course. He's going to nail it against Man City. No, I don't know. Maybe Vardy. Vardy could outscore him. The problem is we're not using this wildcard just for the next 2. I mean, you could. I'm not completely against it, like I said. You could get him in and a cheaper midfielder who maybe you don't play and switch him. Like, I don't have to find that much money in my team to get him and Vardy in. Is it possible that Salah could get the bonus points which would enable him to get the points needed for the exhibition game week soon? I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. Is it a mistake to keep 3 Liverpool players and switch them out later? It's not a mistake, no. It's up to you, really. I mean, they got nice fixtures all the way through to the end of the season, to be honest. There's definitely flexibility, you're right, and I'm not saying I won't go that way. I mean, let me have a look at it now. So let's say I don't think I'm going to keep Firmino. Just saying. 2 double game weeks for Murray, and he's got Leicester and Huddersfield next. They're just not. They're just not very good. Just put them in for now, just for argument's sake. What have you missed? Everyone's still convincing me to get Aubameyang in. No free hit teams to game week 35. It's way too early. Yeah, poll soon. The problem is I'm probably not playing Murray, realistically. I mean, I could really up my defence. I could put Goodmanson in, and then get someone in defence 5.5. Are you tempted to set your team up to get the most of the next 2 game weeks, then have plan moves? I will think about it. Yeah, I mean, yes, someone could get injured, but what else are you using those 2 transfers for otherwise? If you plan 2 free transfers, then a couple of players get injured, you just take a few hits. It's not the end of the world. And if they don't get injured, then you make your 2 transfers. You hope that you profit from your decision to concentrate on game week 32 and 33, and you're laughing. Moreno is not worth a look in. No, I don't think so. There's no guarantee that Robertson gets rotated. Callum Wilson, no. Gross in, Murray out. Yeah, the thing is, okay, let's say you put Gross in. How much is he? It's the same, right? Near enough. I've still got to get someone like Barnes. So let's say I do set up like this. I'm not saying I do. Like, what do I do with the Aubameyang to Vardy money? I'm not saying No, I definitely have Vardy for the double game week. Oh yeah, you can't see the money in the bank, can you? Sorry. Could sit buy in. Yeah, of course. Well, I can't, but you could sit with the money in the bank, I suppose. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, one of Gross or Barnes is a bench player anyway. So you're just using bench use to play him anyway. Yeah, I mean, there could be. I'm not saying there is 100% going to be no rotation for Liverpool, and I'm not saying Robertson won't get rotated, but it doesn't make Moreno an option now. He's not an option. You don't know when he's going to play. Yeah, another good point. I could just upgrade the defense. Could go big at the back. Here we go. Here's someone no one's picking. Antonio Valencia. Ooh. What about that? Oh, Antonio. I've already got Alonso. Could I back up an argument for Azpilicueta? Well, he was really good at the end of the last season, if you remember. Valencia 6.9 million. I don't think you can guarantee. I don't think you can justify that in any world. 6.9 though. Hey, look, you wanted to know how I was going to get Lukaku, Kane in. Valencia to a cheap defender, and Lukaku to Kane. Boom, job done. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. That's something I've not really considered. Maybe I just get Aubameyang and Vardy and leave enough money in the bank to do Aubameyang to Lukaku in Gameweek 34. That's a fair point. That's something I could get behind. Valencia, boom. I'm loving that. Job done. Oh yeah, Cedric, not great. Got to keep Lukaku for the second double though. Not if Kane's back. You feel Smalling's completely nailed. You just don't know that for sure though. Yeah, we'll do the polls in a minute. If you haven't already, top right hand corner, click the little eye, vote on the polls. We'll do them in a sec. I know we've been going longer than an hour already. I'm going to tweet this team out. Let's see how much stick I get for Valencia. Oh, come on. Sorry, I know the typing is really annoying. The Antonio Valencia wildcard. Next stream. Yeah, I don't know. I might wait till next Thursday. I might do a bonus stream. I might do one on, like, I don't know, the weekend on Monday or something. It's just there won't be much more news than now, so we'll be going over the same things. I'm not sure I'll have any better ideas at that point. No more tinkering required. Job done. It's not the worst team. I mean, it's not the best team. Antonio Valencia. One of my mates is watching. He's not speaking though. Where are you, Si? He says, highlight of the stream so far. In the middle of explaining the double game weeks, he stops to answer the question, chicken or beef. That's what this stream's all about. We don't really care about double game weeks. We care about the important questions, like it's chicken all the way. Who is definitely nailed in my team? Lukaku, unless I go for Aubameyang and get Lukaku in later. Mahrez, Salah, Son. I think Alonso. I think I'll struggle to go in without Alonso. Plus, I've got quite a bit of money. I feel like I should use it. De Gea probably, because I really want a Man United defender, and I don't think I can trust any of the rest. I know Smalling could pay dividends. If everyone's right and Smalling keeps playing even when Jones is back, then he's going to be a bargain, but I'm probably not going to go for him. Digestives or hobnobs? I mean, plain ones are both pretty rubbish. If you go chocolate ones... Oh, hobnobs probably. You can't wait till FPL is over. It's a nightmare. Yeah, it is a nightmare sometimes. I was really hyped tonight, though, to come and do this stream. Now, the double game weeks are here. Red or brown sauce with stew. I mean, I don't really eat stew that much. And I wouldn't know if you could have... Do you have red or brown sauce with stew? Seems a bit weird. Polls. Doing them now. What is this music? Okay. Here we go. Best time to wildcard. I mean, probably unsurprisingly, 66% say this week, 16% are saying next week. I think they could really benefit from going next week, to be honest. I don't know how many. I don't know if that extra free transfer is going to be worth it as much as we think it is, to be honest. 11% saying Game Week 36, so not that much different to Game Week 33, and then 5% apparently another time. I guess those are people that have maybe already used it. Is Alonso essential? 69% of you say no. I bet earlier in the season it was higher than that. I bet when he was hitting 6 to 8 points a game, it was a bit higher. 30% say yes. Best time to use the triple captain. 82% going with Game Week 37. 17% Game Week 34. So best time to use the bench boost should be the opposite, I guess. Yep, 77% 34. 22% Game Week 37. And best striker for the run-in. 41% say Aubameyang. Wow. 41%. 31% say Lukaku. The correct answer. 15% say Vardy. 8% say Firmino. And 3% think someone else's. Yeah, I'm not against Lloris and Bailly, to be honest. Matthew. Matt Carney. Mr. number 10 in FPL. I don't know what position you're on now. I did check, but I can't remember what it was. Your plans have totally changed since our podcast, and today's game's being rescheduled. What's the new plan then? And while you're telling us what the new plan is, I'm going to look at what position you are. Well, you'll probably have it in chat before I get to it. We all want to know. No one really wants to know what I think. I'm doing rubbish. Oh, you're 12th now. Ooh, dropped 2 places. Disappointing. Cheers, Super Tiger. Much appreciated. By the way, there is no way I will have Valencia in my team come the actual wildcard, because I don't care what the stats say, and the stats are probably rubbish anyway, but they were good last year for a time. He is not an attacking fullback. I know he sometimes nails a shot in from like 25, 30 yards. But the amount of times he gets to gets to a defender, doesn't try and beat him, just stops, passes inside. Every time it feels like. Or maybe Matt might not want to say. That's fair enough. He's trying to win this thing after all. Oh, you're going for the free hit 34, I reckon. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that could work out. Although, my only question is, because I was thinking about this earlier, I did like that idea. You free hit in 34, and then you wildcard in 36 to make the most of 37. And obviously triple captain, you kind of forget about, I guess, because you bench boost in 37. But how would you deal with Game Week 35 from now? Or would you just hope that your team can keep up with the wildcard teams for the next couple of weeks? You've got 2 free transfers, I think. No, Valencia cutting in and passing is not a Mourinho thing. That has been happening for years. Oh dear, the yawning started. No, yeah, I suppose you could. Well, you could triple captain in 35. I mean, you still use triple captain, of course. I'm just saying you wouldn't use it in a double game week. Let's get rid of Valencia. Otherwise, people will start joining the stream and wonder what the hell's going on. Lloris. Eric. 1.5. 1.5. Ooh. How much is Azpilicueta? 6.9. Still got 0.9 to play with. How long is the stream for? I don't know. I feel like we should go all night long. You got 2 free transfers at the moment to ring double Arsenal. 2 other free transfers until game week 35. That's nice to get 11 out. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And plus you'd keep your 3 Liverpool, which could be beneficial. Yeah. 2 free transfers at the minute. Yeah, I like that. Wildcard on 36, then bench boost to 37. I like that. I think that might work out. I think for those that haven't wildcarded this week, they will probably look at that kind of option. Because to be fair, the teams that have double game weeks, it's not a must to get them in this week. Do you know what I mean? You don't need Lukaku, you don't need your Leicester players. You've already got Mahrez. So I reckon that's probably the best way to play it, actually. I don't know. We'll see how the wildcards work out. I mean, I'm struggling now to pick this wildcard. It's got to last me through the rest of the season. For sure, if everyone who wildcarded had waited until the fixtures were announced, less people will be wildcarding right now. Of course, people still would have done it. I'm just not sure as many. Would I? I don't know. The free hit 34, wildcard 36 route is definitely more interesting, I think. Because you're getting to wildcard 1 week before the double game week. Not now. We're 2 weeks before. And obviously a lot can change in 2 weeks. And you're getting the bigger double game week for the bench boost. And you'll know whether Kane's back and stuff like that. You're not worrying about holding these players the whole time. And you're using the free hit in 34, which means, again, you've got as much info as possible to build your team for the double game week. Yeah, I don't know. See you later, Matt. Have fun fishing. Quinn, hello from Toronto. Hello. Hello from Ireland. You'll have free transfers to change things around. Yeah, of course. I don't know. I just think I like the free hit. The free hit route. Wildcard for 3 game weeks isn't maximising the most important chip. Maybe, yeah. But then using it this early is not maximising the bench boost, I guess. But then the wildcard is definitely more important. Well, for 35, you start planning now. You're getting Arsenal players now. You keep your 3 Liverpool. So you've got three Liverpool, maybe 1 or 2 Arsenal. That's 5 players for game week 35. And then Bournemouth. Well, you don't need Bournemouth players actually for game week 34. But Bournemouth have got an okay fixture this week. Then you've got 2 free transfers in 32 and 33 to start getting more game week 35 players. And then you're free hitting 34. I don't know. The thing with this, the thing with whether that works or whether this wildcard works is there's almost no way to 100% say either way worked because everybody's got a different team, right? Well, maybe not completely different, but from 31, people have got different teams. So what strategy might work for them might not work for you. Very tempted by free hit and 34 myself. Seems more exciting and better point ceiling. Yeah, it's going to be so close. I mean, just getting a team out of 35, but it's not like those game week 35 teams are awful. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool got West Brom away, but there could be a rotation. Arsenal got West Ham at home, that's nice. Man City, if you can pick their right players, Swansea at home. So the free hit is not going to be awful. But yeah, of course, you've only got one game per team to do it. I actually think it's quite interesting there's two different ways to play the end. Because it gets so tedious where you wait till the end of the season to use these chips and then everyone uses them the same way. So I actually like that people are doing it a bit differently. Free hit 34 means Arsenal, City, Liverpool assets in wildcard now. No, you wouldn't wildcard now and free hit in 34. If you're wildcarding now, you're free hitting in 35. The league that was set up from Gameweek 31 onwards on Fantasy Football Scouts should give a good indication of which strategy worked out best. Yeah, I mean, it will give an idea for sure. But it can't say for definite. That strategy means you triple captain in a single game week. Yes, but a lot of people have used their triple captain. Thanks, Matt. Or Matthew. FPL themed wedding. I did say to her I might do a live stream from the wedding. Double game week for Brighton. Welcome back, Pascal Gross. He's in my team. I've said all along he's a great pick. What to do with Firmino? I don't know. What do you want to do with Firmino? I mean, he's got a couple of nice fixtures. Will he get rotated? We don't know. He's in good form. He's scoring well. Do you think Vardy could outscore him? I mean, I personally won't be going with him. Hopefully she doesn't ditch you as part of a -4. It could happen, to be honest. Candyland. Maybe. Does Hazard not make sense cost-wise? How do you mean? I mean, if anything, he's too expensive, and that's why people aren't looking at him. But again, if you're on a free hit, maybe you do. If you change your mind on wildcard 36 and triple captain 34, would you lose out due to the players you have now? It depends what players you got now, to be honest. No slacking off for me FPL wise, apart from maybe over the summer. But I was pretty honest about that last year. You assume you're invited to the wedding, all of you. You have to pay for tickets, 50 quid a ticket, if you want to come. Actually, I've already got 0.9 in the bank. I could get Pope instead of Ryan. But do I want double Burnley defence? I don't know about that. So Andy, if you thought the wildcard could have been a mistake, but it's fine after all, why do you see people saying they're happy they didn't wildcard? Because everyone's different, and not everyone wanted to play it the same, I guess. Can't string the wedding as the music wouldn't be copyright, non-copyright. Yeah, you're right there, actually. Winner of the Let's Talk FPL League gets front row seats. I think that's going to be Jamal. That never comes back on properly. David De Gea and a Spurs defender is better than Lloris and Christensen. But which Spurs defender do you go for? Vertonghen, I guess. Cheers, Danny, so sick. That's 50 each, by the way. Not 50 between you. I've got all my chips left. Apart from the ones Adam we didn't play earlier tonight. They're gone. I mean, Davis, I would love Davis in my team, but again, there's just no way of knowing if he plays or not. Aurier looks tempting, but there's Trippier as well. I mean, they rotate a lot, their fullbacks. Or they're definitely risks. I could get David Silva, by the way. I've just seen a way. So I could do this. I don't think I'm going to go Man City player, but always. Oh yeah, I got him for 8. Haven't sold him yet. Oh no. Okay, okay, yeah. I don't know what I thought I saw then. I mean, there are defenders for 4.2, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, only Vertonghen's guaranteed to play right now. I mean, yeah, Trippier is probably safer than Aurier, but he's not nailed, and that's the problem. Yeah, I could, yeah, dumb it for sure. Wouldn't be the worst. I'd have Man United defence, Alonso, Spurs defence. I'd have to play Dummett, Loughton, or Morgan every week, but obviously Dummett would be in for double game week 37. Pretty decent midfield. Where is he? Where are you? Let's be having you. Huddersfield at home, not even that bad. Then it's pretty bad. 37 is Watford away and Spurs away. Not great, let's be honest. Look at that, exact money in the bank. Job done. That's the wild card. Cheers, Jamal. The 199 US. Just 46 and 1 cents more. Yeah, I mean, Bailly could get injured, but then I suppose it is just a swap to Smalling or Jones. The problem is a lot of people are going to go De Gea. I don't even know about... What do people think about David Silva? Because... I mean, a lot of it is because he scored 2 goals in the last game, let's be honest. But he has been scoring fairly consistently when he's played. And now all the stuff with the family and that is mostly sorted. He's probably going to play most games, right? Does he miss games that often? City will rotate, yeah, they probably will. I do feel like Willian is a bit of a trap. I said that earlier. I mean, David Silva could be Mkhitaryan, but then he's going to be playing in Europe. That's a good point as well. Does Silva even need a rest? With the amount of games that he's missed. Nice point that, Jason. Yeah, let's not talk about Sanchez. Jamal's so high up. Yeah, he's 11th now, I think. But the genuine chance of winning must be so exciting. It definitely is. Good luck to you. Nerves must be on the edge. I won't be able to cope. How many of those in my team are 100% nailed? Mahrez, Alonso. That's probably about it. Son. Need a haircut. In other news. Yeah, I think Jamal just said he's played as wildcard. He just answered someone else. So he's played it this week. Ryan's just there as the bench boost option who's cheap with the double game week, to be honest. Not looking to play him. Right, people, I think we're going to leave it there. We're probably going round in circles a bit at this point. I don't know if I have anything you're interested in ever to say, let alone after an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes nearly of streaming. If you haven't already, hit that like button. We had nearly 400 people watching at some points tonight. We're only on 86 likes. Let's get to 100 before the stream ends in a couple of minutes. Be much appreciated if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. We're coming up on 8,200 subscribers now. In fact, we've hit 8,200 subscribers, which is awesome. So thanks very much for that. We'll keep cracking on to the 10k. Yeah, I'll leave it there. There'll be other videos this week. There'll be at least one more stream, maybe even 2. I'll have to do a bit more research into what the hell I'm doing, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter. We'll see what we can do. Austin to come back fit to change my plans? I don't think so. Not just yet. How's it going, Brent? Bye, Brent. But yeah, cheers all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that good stuff. I will catch you soon. Have a good weekend. I'm sure we'll talk more FPL over it. See you.